I'm Mike McCormick, live at GBTA Studios here in Toronto, and I'm thrilled to have Danièle Sauvageau, a Canadian Olympic gold medal winning coach who's here with us today, was part of our Win It by GBTA program here this morning, and joining me here in the studio. So thank you for coming.
You're welcome. You're welcome. My pleasure.
So loved your comments. I think the room, certainly embraced what you had to say. A lot of thoughts about leadership and about the role that you can play. But before we do that, I have to ask, looking back on your career to date, your biggest thrill, was it winning the gold medal or was it something else?
I think that winning the gold medal is obviously up there as one of my biggest thrill. But at the same time, I think my biggest thrill is to see young athletes or coaches to succeed. And I still have the same pleasure today anytime that I'm in that kind of environment. So I think it's not the result by itself, but being a part of that environment.
Well, and it shows in the results you get, and even throughout your talk, I mean, you just radiate that part of yourself, which is terrific and a real inspiration.
Thank you.
We talked a bit. One of the things you talked about, we were just talking about it for a few minutes before off camera too, about the day when maybe we'll see a head coach in the NHL who is a female. Thoughts about that? Will that come? I mean, it must come at some point.
Well, it must come. That is for sure.
Yes.
Now it's not that should it come. It's when, because
Yep.
I've been asked this question for 20 years now, and my assistant coach or male assistant coach that I work with on my team, all of them are in the NHL. So the only answer why there's no women's, because we don't want to, because it's not a question of skill. It's a question of the day we're going to say why not, they will be obviously assistant coach or skill coach. And Haley Wickenheiser actually signed a contract with the Maple Leaf Toronto as a skill coach, working with the upcoming athletes that they are investing millions in them in order to bring them to the NHL. So now it's just a matter of recognition, to recognize the skill of a leader who's been in sport for 30 years or 25 years and say, why not? And we've seen it again with the Montreal Canadian. A lot of fans are asking for it. But the day that any organization will say, it's the time, it's going to happen. It's just a matter of taking the decision and who will make it.
And when they do, they will definitely benefit. I mean, it'll be a terrific milestone, but just one of many. A lot of hard work along the way to get there, right?
Well, for sure. And it's a matter of telling the young one, you could make a living in sport, no matter if you're a man or a woman. And obviously, all professional sport need to open their door to 50% of humanity.
Absolutely. So, best advice you would give to, certainly you had an audience here that was, on the edge of the seat listening to what you had to say, but any advice you would give to someone starting out today about, how they should look at their career, maybe some of the best advice you ever got along the way?
I think it's a question of perseverance, and make sure that you're ready. Make sure that you get the skill, you get the knowledge. Make sure that you stay also accurate. It's not because you think that you're there that things change around you. So make sure that you stay in a positive environment to continue to learn, to never stop being open-minded and open-heart. And often I say the 3 Fs: family, friends, and fun. And to make sure that you do have family members around you. I often say that your dream might not be theirs. They have their own dream, and share also that. So I think it's to have a combination of again, stay open-minded, never stop learning, and make sure that the people around you are well taken care of as well.
Yeah. And think about it as a journey, right?
It is a journey.
It
Obviously,
is a journey.
It is a journey, because if I would have said, in 2002, well, now I'm a gold medalist, I'm done. No, I still believe that the job of my life, or the environment of my life, there's something even better than that out there, and this is how we need to continue thinking, that to stay in the moment, and present moment, and to believe that things are going to be okay.
So last question I have to ask, where do you keep the gold medal?
Nowhere, because coaches don't get gold medal.
No.
It's unbelievable because obviously
What?
you're a big part of the event. I mean, you can make
that's
a decision
crime.
that
That's
could.
terrible.
It is terrible. But they've been working on it. They say we've been looking at it. But for sure, the simple criteria would be if you're a coach being part of the event, you should. But then again, you know, if you're a ski coach, you're not part of the event itself. If you are, you know, individual tennis coach, you're not part of the event itself. So,
But still.
But they should just give out like 5 medals and then coaches could get it. But yes, I would like. At the beginning, I said, no, it doesn't really matter. But I'd like to have one to be able to share it with you.
That has to change. We're calling the Olympic Committee. We're getting this done. Thank you, Danièle, for joining us in the studio. Thank you for being part of Win It by GBTA. It was fantastic. And I'm Mike McCormick, live from GBTA Studios here in Toronto.